Welcome to Dynamics of Life, special edition. My name is Bernie Le Battie, and we have the discussion going with Vanessa Goosen telling us about her life story. You've been arrested, taken to prison, sentenced to death, which commuted to life. You also then ended up in hospital, having given birth to your daughter, and you're now back in prison. Tell us about the conditions in prison.
The first night when I got to prison, I was moved into an old lady's room where there was hospital beds. So I was waiting for her to tell me which bed I will sleep on, and she told me no, these beds are only for those who have stayed more than 20 years in a prison. So I needed to sleep next to the toilet on the floor. That was for the first few days, and after that I was moved to the mother's room when you're pregnant and those who have babies already. So I stayed in that room until Felicia returned back to South Africa. There was only one toilet in the middle of the room, and we were about 40 mothers with 40 children, and those who were pregnant were about 20 ladies. So when you had to go to the bathroom, it was very humiliating because it was open and it was in the middle of the room. And you could not take food in the room when you're pregnant, so it was very difficult when you get hungry. So I used to eat the cereal of the babies when I would get hungry. And then from there I was moved, after Felicia left, gone to South Africa, then I was moved into another room according to my sentence. And we were about 300 inmates that slept on the floor, and it was like an 80 square meter, and we slept like on an 18-inch, with our legs entwined. And there was only 3 toilets that was in this room. So
for 300 people?
Yes, for 300 people. So we actually had to queue up to go to the bathroom. And people step all over you when you sleep with their wet hands, and it was hot, and the fans were not enough, so you would get very upset and very angry. And then also when they opened the room, everybody just stormed out and ran out. So many people got hurt because they're all rushing, and I was wondering why they're rushing. And then I found out that if you don't rush out, you don't have enough water to shower, because you only have like 15 bowls to be able to wash your hair, brush your teeth, wash your body, and rinse your body. So they will count up for 3 bowls, and then after 3 bowls you put your soap, and then they count for the rest of the bowls, and then you gotta be finished, and you gotta wash your clothes, everything.
And that is life in a Thai prison. And that is, you're still going to tell us about the space that you occupied.
Yes.
Let's take a break and then we'll come back. Welcome back. We are still discussing conditions in the jail, conditions in your life, the life sentence, everything in a Thai prison. Tell us more about conditions in the jail.
The other condition we had was concerning the food, because everything that we in the prison we have to buy. So you have a prison card that your visitors or your family, they could send the money to the embassy, and the embassy will put the money in your prison book. So then we get like coupons inside the prison that you can draw on a daily basis, but we have a certain limit that you can draw for the whole week. So that money is that you can buy your food, because your breakfast, you gotta buy your tea, your coffee, your sugar, your bread.
So you're going to be self-supporting in jail?
Yes, they do. They have like food that they do give on 3 times a day, but it's like rice, and it was brown rice with I'll just give you an example of one food. It will be boiled cabbage, not boiled cabbage, cucumber with tomato and egg in water. That is one gang that goes with one sauce that goes with your rice. They give that 3 times a day. But then they have, because us foreigners, we're not used to that kind of food. So there is food that they sell to you. So with this coupon, with this money, you have to buy. You have to buy your uniforms, you have to buy your pajamas, you have to buy your bedding, you have to buy your shoes, you have to pay for your medical, medication. You got to pay for your medication. So nothing in this prison is free. So the place where I worked in the computer room, and the salary was very small. It was not much. It was like cheap labor. But I had a place where I could, when it rains, I have a place to sit and be able to keep my one bag, because they steal your stuff. And the uniforms, you only have your name written on your uniform, but because all the uniforms are the same, so it's very difficult for you to identify your uniform when they remove your name immediately. With the pajamas, the same thing. They steal your pajamas and they remove your name immediately. So it's difficult for you to be able to find your things. And it's very expensive to buy these uniforms. So that was very difficult as well. And when it rains and you're outside, you got to stand and eat because there's no other place to go.
And you spent 16.5 years in those conditions. Beloveds, that's all we have time for today. But we will continue tomorrow, so please stay tuned. God bless.